welcome to a very special episode of today's show. Please welcome our guests, Clan Brandolorian, Lights Camera Rant, So Sidious and Krypton to Alderaan, and finally, welcome the host extraordinaire for the second anniversary episode of the Galactic Core Podcast. It's Andy.
Hello guys, how we doing? Welcome to, as you just heard, very special episode of the Galactic Core Podcast. It is my second anniversary, baby. Welcome to the show, everyone. We have got guests galore. We've got loads of shit to get through. It's just a fun celebration to celebrate 2 years of doing the podcast. Welcome everyone to the show. How you guys all doing?
So good. Thanks for having us. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Happy to be here, man.
Thank you all for joining us. It's always fun to collab with all of you individually and to have you all on. I know most of you were here last year when we did the first anniversary. There's a new edition this year, and we're sadly missing someone from last year who couldn't make it tonight. I did reach out to Michael from Stark Wars and ask if he was available, but unfortunately he was busy this evening. But let's go through. Let's introduce everyone. Let's start off with the man who is to my left. Yep, that way. Cool. Mr. Rant himself. It's Mr. Lights Camera Rant. It's Lee. How you doing, buddy?
Good, you man. Happy to be here. Happy second anniversary.
Thank you. I appreciate you joining us today, buddy. You are a staple on the show, and I know that I'm always grateful for coming on your show. I know I hold the record currently, don't I, for the most guest appearances on your show.
Yes, you do. You're number one at the moment.
That's only going to increase with Andor on the way, so I'm looking forward to hitting 11 those little figures. But
11 appearances now.
Love you, buddy. Looking forward to July as well, when you've got your European tour of Lights Camera Rant, and I'm going to get to actually be with you in person. So that's going to be actually really cool.
Looking forward to it.
Appreciate that. And just to the other side of Mr. Rant, the new addition to this year's anniversary episode, definitely a big hit. Been lovely to do some episodes with you. But welcome, Joey from Krypton to Alderaan. How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Thanks. Yeah, thanks for having me on the show. Very excited to be here to celebrate your second anniversary with you and the rest of the group. Let's see how far I can get to with some of the things how good I can do with some of the things you have on the docket for us tonight. We'll see. But yeah, happy and excited to be here.
Expecting big things, buddy. Expecting some challenge to the others in the group. I think you were a big fat lying when he said you wouldn't come last earlier. So you're not here to make up the numbers. That's what Dave's here for. So next, let's welcome a really good friend of the show. He's been on plenty of it. I've been on his lots. We do lots of collabs together. Please welcome good buddy Brandon, Clan Brandolorian. How you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing good. Sorry, everybody. We're starting a little late due to me. Of course, I'm always running late, and this is the day I didn't want to be late, but hey, I'm here. I'm happy. Everyone looks good. Andy, congrats on hitting 2 years on your podcast. I know that there is a statistic out there that says people who start a podcast and don't see a jump or an increase in their brand usually quit within the first 9 to 12 months. And just to know that you're hitting year 2, 24 months, I mean, look at you still going strong, bro. And like you said, we've collabed before. Always love being around you. Always love talking Star Wars. And congrats, man, ultimately.
I appreciate it. Despite absolutely zero growth in the podcast, I'm still here. So it's all good. It's all
still here.
And last, but obviously by no means least, 2 of the best looking guys in podcast history. 2 out of the 3 of the So Sidious podcasters. Everyone knows that they were a big favourite on the show as well. And Dave, it's really good to see you here, because unfortunately you had to miss last year's due to a family emergency. So it's really good that you'll actually be able to hear this year. And Love misses out because he's a loser. JD, Dave, how you doing, guys? Welcome.
Oh yeah,
Great.
I'm glad to be here this year, dude. Yeah, I'm sorry I missed last year, and I guess it's Love's turn to miss. And I will redeem ourselves as far as Star Wars quizzes go and other things. We're gonna have a good appearance here today, but dude, it's good. I think the last time I was on the show was like back in November for the Rings of Power stuff. So it's been a minute. It's good to be back. Congratulations, brother. keep on going. 2 more years coming up.
Yes, sir. Man, and I love the topics you picked. I'm stoked to get into all of them. They're right up my alley. It's like every topic is super fun and nerdy. This is going to be a blast, and congratulations, my friend.
No, I appreciate it, guys. Thank you, all of you. I genuinely mean it from my heart for being here. We all know podcasting is not the easiest thing at times, and I've not always been consistent. I took a long break after having a baby, and I take breaks here and there when I basically can't be asked. So it's really good that we all know it's difficult. So to make 2 years, whether it's been a consistent 2 years or not, I'm not like Lee. I can't do every single week. I'm not the machine that he is. The T1000 over there, just every single week non-stop. So and you all do more than me anyway. The fact that you all do side episodes and other bits and pieces. Obviously, you So Sidious guys, you've got your nerd therapies and obviously character bits and stuff like that on top of it. Brandon's got obviously his just general shorts and his After Dark, his new bit of series as well, and everything like that. So I really appreciate you guys being a big part of my little podcast sort of life. So really appreciate you all coming on and being here today. We have got some fun stuff we're going to be going through. Just a quick rundown for what we're going to be going through today. So we've got some scenarios in terms of if you could take one villain from Star Wars and make them a hero in any other fandom franchise, who and why. We've got a Marvel quiz. We've got a Nerd Octagon of the Avengers versus Justice League versus the Jedi Council. We've got a Star Wars quiz. We've got talking about our favourite individual scenes from any sort of Marvel, DC, Star Wars film or show. Special Star Wars quiz, Clan Brandolorian versus the Galactic Core, hosted by JD. Because obviously I can't host it and have the answers. That would be a little bit cheating, I suppose. So, but the 2 Star Wars heads going head to head. I wanted to take part in a quiz this year, so I thought, fuck it. Brandon's going to wipe the floor with me, I'm sure. But I know that obviously Lee's been watching Clone Wars catch-up videos to get a bit of extra knowledge. Dave said he's been watching videos for the last few weeks to catch up on stuff, so we'll have to test some knowledge as well. And then we're going to be rounding off by chatting about if we could put ourselves as a hero or villain into any number of particular fandom franchises, which one would we be going into? Really looking forward to seeing who picks to be a hero, who picks to be a villain, because I know exactly what I'm picking. But first of all, we've just got a few people that are tuned in. Star Wars Nerd 00 is just like, yeah, so thanks for tuning in. And we got Joshy as well saying, keep up the good work, boys. So appreciate anyone dropping by today. And drop your comments down, say hello if you've got any thoughts on the subjects as we're going through. Let's keep it going. But thank you, guys. Right, so I think we should crack into our first subject for the day. So, scenario number 1 for today. If you could take one villain from Star Wars and make them a hero in any other fandom franchise, who are you picking and why? Joey, why don't you kick us off, buddy?
Oh no, my first
Shit.
first question of the night. All right. Star Wars villain in any other franchise and make them a hero. This is... I love villains. I think, Andy, you and I kind of connect over this, especially within Star Wars. So it's tricky because I love them as villains so much, and especially in Star Wars where we get kind of a redemption in some form or another for a lot of the villains. That's kind of their thing. So they don't stay a villain the whole time. So with all of that in mind, I think I would choose Maul, just because I love Maul. I love his entire arc, but I really think it would be fun to see him as a hero or a good guy in some other thing. So that's what so I went with Maul. And I would just love him. Putting him in something was hard because where does he fit in? And I really wanted to say Star Wars, but you said other franchise. I would just like to have some kind of one-off spin of what if Maul was a good guy. But I think I would throw Maul into a DC. Do we want to get specific here? Do we want to get like specific? Like, can I just say Marvel or DC or
It's up
something?
to
Or
you.
how
You can get specific in
ingrained
terms
do we
of a
want to get?
particular DC area, or if you just want to throw him into the DC universe as a whole and just have him be a hero in there. It's up to you, buddy.
Yeah. I think that he would. I like the idea of him fitting in as a hero in the DC universe. I really like that on the scale of like, galactic alien, whatever Green Lanterns or there's whatever space area they can be in the DC universe. So that's what I picked.
Imagine Maul getting a lantern ring. Fuck me.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's what I was just thinking. I was like, yeah, that would be dangerous.
Nice. I like that choice, though. Maul into
Yeah.
the DC universe. So, David, why don't you hit us with your choice?
Yeah, so I'm gonna try to separate myself from there. We may have had similar thought process going, but let me just paint you a picture. We got somebody leading a group of survivors in the apocalypse. Becomes one of the deadliest fighters still alive. Eventually starts a full-blown survivors community with a name that signifies the dawn of a new era of humanity, maybe a new era built in blood. Give me Darth Maul and the Crimson Dawn in the Walking Dead universe. Let me see Darth Maul with the dual wield staff going through the Walking Dead. Like you said, villains are amazing. Darth Maul is one of my favorite villains of all time. But I always kind of same thing. I want to see him maybe be a hero, but B, more so be in a story where he doesn't get killed off right off the bat. And as a hero in the Walking Dead universe, we'd get to see him survive for a while. Let me see him leading a crew taking down the zombies.
Nice. I think that's a cracking choice, to be fair.
Oh,
I'd love
that's
to
so
see
good.
more mowing down zombies. That would be great.
Satisfying.
It's a comment from Skywalking Ryan. Happy Saturday. How's it going? Thank you for joining us, buddy. I think we're all doing pretty well for a Saturday or a Sunday morning, depending on which part of the world you're in. So appreciate you joining us, buddy. Hope you're going to enjoy the show. Lee, why don't you hit us off with your choice, bud?
Well, I could probably have to echo. I had Maul for Marvel because I thought, well, the battle with Thanos would be quite quick, with Thanos just mowing down everyone in that battle straight to Thanos, and it would have been a very quick fight. So I would have liked to see Maul in that universe and just going up against like the Hulk, Thanos, Doctor Doom, just seeing those scenarios it's got really exciting to think about.
Nice. I think good choice.
I love that.
Yeah. JD, why don't you hit us with yours, buddy?
I can't believe I had him all in the Marvel universe too, and I imagined him next to I imagined him in the X-Men universe more so, like next to Wolverine, being one of more the slasher type people that are more on the X-Force. But since that's like, I thought that was going to be the pick that would be unpopular. Everyone's done Maul. So I would love to see Thrawn in the Game of Thrones universe. I would love to see those tactics. Tactics going to war as a hero for the good side would be incredible. It'd be like Tywin on steroids for the good guys. And yeah, that would be awesome.
That is an interesting pick. I do like that one. That's a good one.
Love that one.
Wow.
Brandon, what have you got? Oh, sorry, Joe. Were you going to say something?
I was just going to come to the team of, man, I really hope Thrawn. I'm really still shooting for good boy Thrawn, even in the Star Wars we're getting now.
No.
I'm only opposite because they lack great villain, and that's what made Star Wars so good. And Thrawn could be that great villain.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Maybe he's just really pissed off, from being shot out of the galaxy for so long.
But
so this is his time to get back.
After his big villain climax movie, that'd be totally cool. Come back to the good side, then do good boy Thrawn. That'd be cool. But give him that big villain movie, I guess.
Absolutely. Brandon, what you got for us?
So I had to twist it up just a little bit. One of my first ideas was Maul. This is stupid, but Maul being in Breaking Bad. So
what?
I had to think of another show. I'm not even going to go down this route. Just imagine
Methed out Maul.
Addicted.
Yeah. Just basically just Tweaker in Breaking Bad. But what I was thinking is I'm gonna kind of adapt it for more of like a movie sense because I don't know too much about Marvel and DC. So give me Eric Draven, the Crow, and bring him into the Star Wars universe. And this is where it could be basically you could pick almost any planet. So I mean, we can roll with maybe, let's say, Coruscant. Keep it nice and simple. Very into not good things in the underworld. Then goes ahead and has a crash out and loses his significant other, and then he is also deceased as well, and is brought back to redeem himself and his significant other. Just, basically the Crow, but in the Star Wars universe. And that would be just so awesome to see Eric Draven with the white face paint, and basically just slaying people that got him and his significant other with a freaking lightsaber. Like, how dope would that be?
You've got my money on that. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a
visuals
High
matched
Republic
perfectly.
There's a High Republic story in there for sure. Like, that's exactly where that story should happen. In my opinion.
And I'm not the biggest Legends fan, but hey, let's just make it Legends. And then maybe I can get on board.
Fair, absolutely fair. Good choice there. I've gone for a rather interesting one because I think I've picked a good villain, but the franchise I'm putting him in is one that I kind of don't like at all, but I think it would be an interesting one because I think he would then end the war really quickly. So I'm going with Palpatine, Emperor Palpatine, Darth Sidious, and I'm going to put him as the head of Hogwarts School in Harry Potter.
Oh my!
I want to see Voldemort
Jesus.
versus Palpatine, and I want to see Palpatine wipe the floor with him so damn quickly he wouldn't know what's hit him.
Oh my God, I'm just thinking of him in that speech, except he's saying that in Hogwarts.
Easy money for Palpatine.
Yeah, I'm not a Harry Potter fan by any means, to be fair, but I thought it would be interesting because everyone always compares like Voldemort and Vader and stuff like that, and I'm just like, I bet Palpatine would fucking see to it that he would be dispatched incredibly quickly. He's just far too smart for him, to be fair.
Just with a wand going, unlimited power.
Palp would take over that high school immediately.
Yeah.
That was my choice anyway, to be fair. So there's some good choices in there. So if you could take a villain and turn them into a hero in the franchise, what would we pick? Some really good choice. More the very popular choice here. Yeah, more wins out, to be fair. He's a smart dude, very capable. Although, to be fair, I think a lot of the villains in Star Wars are fairly smart and very capable. So I think
Even Jar Jar.
The most
Darth
capable
Jar Jar.
of them all.
Yep.
I had a backup. My backup was Dooku. I thought Dooku it just would have been a great one to pick as well. Just from like going from a good guy to a bad guy within Star Wars that we got to see thanks to Tales and books like Jedi Lost and stuff. Fun
fair.
thing to think about.
One of my friends did say that they would take Mother Talzin and put them into the Ghostbusters universe as a Ghostbuster.
Scary.
I'm like, is she busting ghosts or is she a ghost herself? I'm not really sure with her powers. So.
Or a ghost busting ghost.
Yeah. Options are unlimited, really.
Oh yeah. It's like Darth Maul clearly wins in terms of favorite character to
apparently.
The universe. Thank you for that one, gents. Let's crack on then. So up next, we've got our little Marvel quiz. It was going to be a three-way quiz, but because the third member of So Sidious is no longer here, it's a simple one-on-one. So Marvel quiz: JD from So Sidious versus Mr. Rant, lights, camera, Rant.
I'm so
Straight
gonna
up.
lose.
Unless Joey,
if
do you
it's
want to test your Marvel knowledge and jump into this one as well, or? You don't have to. You absolutely do not have to.
Come on.
Sure, why not? Yeah, I'm a.
What about me? You guys scared? You guys scared to go against me in Marvel?
I'll tell you what. If you want to, Brandon, I'll pop you in as well.
Name Rescue.
Best Marvel character of all time.
What's her name? Trivia.
Mrs. Stark.
Hell yeah.
Not bad.
Pass.
Brandon might do better than me.
All right, then. Let me just very quickly correct this banner then, just because Joey's being a good sport and jumping in.
Last year there was technical difficulties, and I think I had a lot better shot than the systems allowed me.
I do. There was a delay on that. I remember listening back to the episode. JD's like, "Wait,
Oh.
what the hell? I said something."
I was like,
just because you guys,
I'll lay wins.
We've all, I think, been on Riverside at one point or another, and it was a Riverside issue.
yeah.
The fact they do not like people leaving in the middle of a recording and then coming back
Yep.
into it again. It seems to cause an issue with their system.
They don't like anything
Yeah.
different happening.
Right.
Anything at the slightest difference, all of a sudden it's like, oh, we're skipping.
They
all
can't
over the place.
improvise. They're like,
Yeah.
just
Episode's
press
ruined,
play and
sorry.
record, please.
You shouldn't have adjusted the volume. Episode's cooked.
Ruined. Ruined.
You unplugged your mic, you better start over.
Oh, no. Oh, you just turned up. Your episode's fucked.
That's crazy. Anyway.
Yes, Marvel quiz. So we've got JD versus Lee versus Joey. To be fair, I've got a couple of. I've got a correct buzzer and a wrong answer buzzer. What you're going to do is I'm going to read out the question. There's 8 questions in total. Just shout out your name. So Lee, Joey, JD, and obviously the first person that I deem to hear is going to be the one that gets to answer. You get 5 seconds to answer. If you don't, it will pass on to the next person that shouted out. So if you answer correctly, you will hear correct. And if you answer incorrectly, you'll get a. So
Humiliating.
Great, more fear added to it.
Yeah.
It's
That buzzer really cuts to your soul there. It really,
yeah. Okay, question 1. Whose power exceeds that of the Sorcerer Supreme?
JD,
Go.
the Scarlet Witch.
Correct.
Ooh.
Well done, JD. I've just thought maybe I should actually mark down.
That sounds like a
who's
Ghost
answering.
Adventures EVP.
Correct.
Correct.
Correct. I just thought that I should mark down if anyone actually gets these right, so I know who actually wins. That would be.
You don't have to keep score.
Well, I'm
Just for fun.
unfortunately,
We're all winners.
Even if we're not. Trust me. I'm a very competitive person, so even though I'm hosting, I still would like there to be a winner. It's fine. It's not like the losers are going to get flogged or anything.
Winner
so
gets a Galactic core shirt.
Yeah, no.
I do need one of those.
I promise.
Okay, question 2. In Hawkeye, what does Yelena cook for Kate when she breaks into her apartment?
Joey,
Joey?
mac and cheese
Correct.
Well done.
Well done, Joey.
without
like
hot
her to-
sauce. She can
I'd like her to
put
break
hot
into
sauce
my apartment and make me mac and cheese. Mm-mm.
down.
And how's that marriage working out for you, Lee?
Good.
6 months in, regretting it already? No.
No.
That's all good.
No.
Okay, question number 3. What does the acronym SHIELD stand for?
Fuck. It's like 2 letters I can't remember.
JD, I'm just going to shoot for it. Strategic, Homeland.
Intervention.
Lee, what are you doing?
No.
Oh, is it international? Okay, all right, that's all good. What's the I?
Strategic.
Joey
Homeland.
Homeland.
or Lee?
I think it is intervention.
Logistics. Division.
I just don't know
Yeah.
the E.
Correct.
The I.
So Lee
And the
gets
E.
it there. Strategic, Homeland, Intervention, Enforcement, and Logistics Division.
Oh,
Enforcement. Damn.
Enforcement.
What was
So-
the I? Sorry, I missed it.
Intervention.
Intervention.
Oh, it was intervention. Lee gave you the answer.
I
He
know.
literally
I
did, yeah.
know.
That's why I had to tell him
Should've
off. I'm
moved
like,
on.
oh, sorry, because I was just thinking.
he's saying it
I
out
was the
loud,
one
and
that
I'm like,
was
JD's
Yeah.
trying to answer. Why are you giving him answers?
I don't think I would have got E.
I couldn't get E.
Enforcement.
Okay. Brandon, your favourite character's up, so maybe you might get this one.
Let's go.
Pepper Potts is allergic to what?
Joey.
Go on.
Bullshit.
yeah.
Oh, is that your actual answer, Joey?
No,
was it?
Lee said the
Oh.
answer.
That was my answer. Yeah, sorry. Thank you.
Lee?
Strawberries.
Correct. Even though you've got to stop saying stuff out loud.
Sorry.
None of us are taking him up on it. It doesn't matter.
No, no.
He's probably wrong.
Question number 5. What system replaced Jarvis?
JD.
Go for it.
Friday.
Correct.
Nice.
Well done. Question 6. Who was Tony Stark talking to when he said, Up until just now, I thought you were a Build-A-Bear.
JD.
JD?
Rocket Raccoon.
Correct.
Well done,
Man,
JD.
Maybe I am.
Question 7. Who founded Sword in the MCU?
Joey.
Go for it.
Peggy. Last name.
No, it wasn't Peggy Carter, I'm afraid.
Carter. No. Bummer.
JD or Lee?
JD.
JD,
Yeah,
go for it.
it was Monica Rambeau.
Lee, got an open call here.
Well,
I think JD's just realised who it is. From that look on his face.
No, I can't remember.
No. JD?
Yeah, it's her daughter.
Well, it's her mother, Maria.
I mean, that's what I...
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
he got it wrong twice.
Monica Rambeau.
Monica's the daughter of Marie.
All
All right, well, originally I meant the mom, so I said the wrong first name first, is what I meant.
Oh, you meant to say Maria.
I meant the mom from Captain Marvel.
Unfortunately, that's not what you said.
It was
so
her
I can't-
daughter. Right, no, I don't deserve that point.
We all got that wrong. There should be a bonus question.
Well, there is one more question to go, mate. Don't worry. What is Mobius's last name in Loki?
Oh, I heard Morbius. Sorry.
Who the Morbius.
Pass.
Nah. Wow, it's wow. Wow.
Joey?
He doesn't have one.
Correct.
Well done, buddy.
Really?
Yeah,
He
he doesn't have a last name. It's
They
just
never
Mobius.
actually say his real name.
I thought it was
Yeah.
Mobius for some reason. I thought you were right when you said that.
No, he literally doesn't have a last name. So his name is just Mobius. Congratulations, Joey. Well, I think because we got one where nobody got an answer, I'm going to throw one more question out there for you. What is the name of Pepper Potts' superhero alter ego?
JD. Rescue.
Correct.
Just a question for Brandon, to be fair.
Yes. So what's her? So Peppa Potts is her real name.
Pepper.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pepper.
She's not.
Oh.
She's not the animated pig. It's Pepper.
Yeah, I was like Peppa Pig. Is this
Peppa
like?
Potts.
Is this a tie-in?
Yeah, it is.
Crossover event.
It's just a shoot. Avengers is a shoot off of Peppa Pig, to be fair.
Oh,
But that brings the end to the Marvel quiz, and our winner is JD. So congratulations, JD. Anniversary episode, you have won nothing but my admiration and respect.
That's worth it.
Yeah, no one wants
Invaluable.
that. Yeah, not even my wife wants that, so it's all good.
he promised a shirt.
I think you promised my shirt, to be fair. So
I promised myself an
if
extra
you want the
large.
shirt I'm wearing, mate, I'll post it out to you. It's fine. I'll send some
There you
comics
go.
as a return.
I'm excited.
Thank you for that, gents. That's the Marvel quiz. Next up, then, on the list for today, we've got Nerd Octagon. So this is basically a rip-off of what Why So Sidious do. And so it's going to be the Avengers versus the Justice League versus the Jedi Council. So I popped this out to you guys. So just to get the groups on there and make sure everyone's aware of who we're talking about. So the Avengers is the 2012 film roster: Iron Man, Thor, Hulk, Captain America, Hawkeye, and Black Widow. The Justice League is the Snyder Whedon film roster. I did miss someone off when I sent that out, to be fair. But it is Batman, Superman, Aquaman, Wonder Woman, Flash, and Cyborg. I did miss Cyborg off when I sent that out to everyone. My apologies. And then the Jedi Council: Anakin Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Yoda, Mace Windu, Kit Fisto, and the dickhead that is Kiadi Mundi. So let's start off with Lee. What have you got for us on this one in terms of who wins a straight-out fight between this lot?
The Avengers. Like that's a completely no-brainer for all of that. The fight between Justice League and Avengers, it's still Avengers, and the Jedi Council is probably third on the list after Avengers, Justice League, and Jedi Council, pretty much.
a pretty conclusive argument.
Yeah.
Leader.
Yeah, no,
I
just think the fact that the Avengers work a lot better than the Justice League do, as we've seen, more of a team, and I think they would go all right against a bunch of Jedi. You have the Hulk right there that could just mow them all down.
Interesting. Yeah, I do wonder sometimes if it was like, is this a really bad choice putting the Jedi in here? Because like, might get their ass whooped by some of the superheroes pretty fucking quick.
I think if they sting, though, they kill them all. If they sting them right, if they float like a butterfly. It's just like, can you get in there? Because if they could I feel like they could cut Hulk's head off, right? Then again, that doesn't kill him. But we're not going comics. Anyway, I think the Jedi could still win this. But anyway.
Could I go against Superman? Superman's just going to go.
Yeah, I don't think they would. But I'm just saying they're not like, you can't count them out.
Go on, JD, give us a bit more then.
I got the Justice League though. I think they take out the Avengers because of Superman and Flash. Even Cyborg might even take Iron Man because Iron Man's incredible, but it's incredible in a world that kind of fits in our sci-fi world that you could apply to our world in a weird sci-fi way. But Cyborg is fantasy, like he's way beyond Iron Man. It seems like Hulk and Thor are the only problem with me there. So how do you actually take them out for good? But then, you got the Flash. I feel like the Flash can take them all out, including Iron Man. If Cyborg doesn't get it done, Aquaman's a powerhouse. Superman could probably take Thor and Hulk, maybe. I don't know, but the Justice League are overpowered there.
Yeah. To be honest, that was kind of my consensus. When I sat down and probably thought about it, I was like, I mean, anyone that's just a normal human, like Hawkeye, Black Widow, whatever, they're getting wiped up pretty fucking quick.
Hey. I'm sure Hawkeye could take out the Flash. Strategically.
I respectfully disagree, but
I think Iron Man has the best chance on the Flash because of his tech, his sensors and stuff.
There you go.
But yeah, I was like, is how good the Jedi are using the Force against superheroes. That's what it comes down to for me. And then lightsabers, let's just say for argument's sake, they're going to cut through any of them. So even Superman and Hulk, they'll cut their heads off and be done with it. And it's just like, then, do the Jedi then use their politics of, I say politics, the moral status of like, are they really going to kill someone and that bad? Because Anakin's going to slaughter all of them.
These are all to the death.
Yeah.
Oh, none of you are children. Oh, I'm not going to fly.
No.
I'm pretty sure that like Hulk might eat Yoda. To be fair, so
I'm the real green one, mother.
Although to be fair, it's like could Yoda like use the Force and calm down Hulk and turn him into Banner and then kill him?
I can make an argument for the Jedi. In this
you could. Jedi are savages, dude.
Yeah, I think overall though, I think the likes of maybe like Flash and Superman maybe give them the edge over just about as the winning people for me personally in this group here. I think the Avengers actually come in last personally in this battle. I think the Jedi come in second. About winning. But before we argue in, Brandon, what do you?
Hammer, Thunder.
Just the big Star Wars guy here.
I don't really know too much of what each individual character from Marvel and the Justice League, or the Avengers and the Justice League. I don't know their attributes and what they got, but I mean, come on, guys, it's very simple. What happens is since Ki-Adi-Mundi's on the team, he's just going to spawn all of his children as a distraction,
and wives.
And then yes, and I mean, come on. And they're just going to go through and wipe out, the Justice League and the Avengers. That's easy. 5 seconds.
And then
max.
Anakin starts killing his teammates.
By himself.
Children are involved now.
Oh my God, children!
And women? Yes.
Ki-Adi-Mundi sends out his harem of wives.
Oh my
He goes,
God.
distract them, guys. Distract them. It's fun. Yeah, I think Anakin Skywalker ends up being like still definitely a force to be reckoned with in this battle.
No pun intended.
Yeah, literally.
There you go.
Yeah.
He's definitely going to kill. I think he would kill Batman so quickly because he'd piss him off. I think.
No, prep time. Batman still beats Anakin.
It's no prep time for Batman. He's just dropped into it.
I think I got Anakin over Batman
all day.
But is Batman prepped for this just by being Batman? He had he's a planner. Maybe not in the Snyderverse. I guess I'm bringing comics too much into it. I guess maybe, unfortunately.
No, they're all just dropped into it. There's a multiversal event happens. They're all just dropped into the same arena at the same time, and there's just nothing but full-out slaughter to be had. Batman gets no prep time for this. He's just there with his batarangs and his humor.
He would have known this was going to happen. He would have had the prep time. You can't come out like that.
Joey, who do you have winning this battle overall?
The Justice League. And I'm sorry to everyone who thinks the Jedi could maybe make it through this. I think similarly, Superman is just the big gun there. I don't know if anyone's getting by. I mean, I don't think the Jedi... I don't know if it's within Snyderverse canon that he's like mentally fortified, but I'm not sure if the Jedi would be able to get through to him. He has heat vision. He can do long range, right? He could freeze them. He can.
Yeah.
He's just going to tear through all of them, including, I think, Hulk and Thor. And I'm also like, I was talking some shit before we started the live stream about DC, but I am a huge DC comic book fan. Superman's my boy, and so I back the red and blue.
We gotta
so
get you on
I gotta
episode.
happily, yes. I gotta go with just Soups alone takes it for me.
Yeah.
Go on then, David.
Not bad. All right, so I think I can make a pretty good argument for the Jedi here. Lee, I got to disagree with you. I got Avengers at dead last. I think Iron Man, Hawkeye, and Black Widow, all three can be handled by Jedi.
What distance?
Especially Hawkeye and Black Widow. Yeah, I don't care about your distance. Iron Man's going to get force pulled.
I don't have a lot.
Take him out. I'm not worried about that. I think it's 3-on-6 after those three weak links, and I think the Jedi mind trick Hulk because he's mentally fragile and turn him on Thor and Captain America, and that's how the Jedi turn the table. So, Avengers last, Jedi second.
Force works.
It is. And can't beat the Justice League. Superman's going to fly through everybody. Wonder Woman 2 is going to take out Jedi. You know, Batman is due for at least one of the weakest Jedi. He'll probably kill Kiadi or Kit Fisto. You just never know with Batman. But yeah, Justice League's just overpowered.
Can't take Kiadi
Superman
down.
Yeah.
Not Kit Fisto. Nick Coleman, Trevor, something.
I know. Well, they're not here. I gotta go with the roster who's on the battlefield here. But no, I don't think you can beat the Justice League with Cyborg, Flash, and Superman of all. Oh, Flash too. Yeah, Jedi. You know, instincts and everything. It slows down time a little bit. It doesn't slow down time anywhere near the way Flash is moving around. So he's going to take out. I don't think the Jedi stand a chance against the Justice League. The Avengers.
Oh, dude, I don't think they take the Avengers. Iron Man missiles from the top. Thor's throwing his hammer and bringing thunder on them. They can't handle.
I'm not worried about Iron Man.
Hulk is going to go in there. Hulk's going to go in there throwing fists. It's going to give him a lot of trouble. They might get his mind, but too bad missiles and lasers are coming at hammers and thunder are already taking him out.
And lightning, and they'll probably call him a Sith.
And at that point, he even got a Hawkeye arrow coming at him, hitting him right.
I think we've all seen Yoda catch lightning with no problem, so I'm not too worried about lightning and some rockets that some human made. I think the Jedi got it.
Didn't Yoda lose though?
He would lift Mjolnir.
Lee, please, Lee. We're trying to have a conversation here, all right?
Hey, you know what? Actually, one argument for you, Dave. One of them are probably worthy to lift Mjolnir in the first place. Like Yoda would just capture the hammer and then bring the thunder back to Thor.
There you go. Yeah.
Who is Yoda?
Jedi win it all.
He would.
He might not be, but Obi-Wan is.
He doesn't believe
Obi-Wan
he's worthy.
Is Obi-Wan involved in this? Oh, he is. Yeah, Obi-Wan's worthy.
Yeah.
We're fine. We're fine.
Out of all the Jedi, I think Obi-Wan would be the one who would be able to lift the hammer.
You know what this? You know what this really makes me want?
How can you just count Anakin as being he's the chosen one?
Yeah, but children
exactly worthy once you kill children.
Children. You think Thor hasn't killed children?
We need to see. Hold on. We need to see Jedi against like bullets and missiles, so we could see like a Neo from the Matrix, like the Jedi, something in between Rogue One and your episodic.
Mandalorians.
We got
missiles are coming. You stop him like Magneto with the Force, because then that had me thinking they could stop Iron Man's missiles. But we need to see that on screen.
They
dude.
shit themselves during the Mandalorian War when they started using projectiles instead of energy-based weapons.
Yeah,
they used the fragment when they tried to stop.
But nobody's shooting guns on the Avengers except Iron Man. But he's shooting lasers. Lightsaber, lasers, we're good.
Black Widow shoots guns.
No, it's a long shot, but
Oh.
I just wanted to make an argument for the Jedi. You got to make an argument for them.
You could.
Can't
I
leave
do
it.
really like the idea of Yoda being like, Yoda to Hulk being like, don't worry, big guy. Hey, big guy, sun's getting real low.
Get real low.
And
No, he's going to say it wrong, so he's going to lose.
Low, the sun is getting.
yeah,
He's not as pretty as Natasha though,
Yeah.
yeah,
but he's got Jedi mind power.
yeah. Squeeze.
Well, it brings back the age-old question that I've seen debated many times: is like, can a lightsaber cut through vibranium? So, like Cap's shield, for example. And I was always of
Probably
the
not.
opinion that if it was a glancing blow, then no. But if it was a constantly held, like for contact on the shield, it would eventually go through it
Mm.
because it would be able to melt through it eventually.
What shield?
All depends. I mean,
Vibranium,
that's-
like Cap's shield.
Vibranium.
I feel like it
if
would
you
go
can't cut through Beskar, maybe you can't cut through vibrate. But it all depends. It's all about chemical structure, all that. Who knows?
Science.
All right, Dr. Dave over here,
Yeah.
PhD in the corner.
Sorry.
All right,
I'm
Banner,
not
calm down.
convinced. I'm not convinced a lightsaber would be able to cut through Superman. We don't know.
Yeah.
Mm.
True. Or Hulk.
Yeah, he just opens his mouth.
Yeah.
It just goes straight
Hulk.
in.
Yeah. Opens his mouth, goes straight in.
Oh, baby. Oh, hello.
Superman freaky deaky.
It'd be cool if it was powerful enough to stab Hulk, but as soon as you pull it out, it just re-heals automatically.
Yeah, it doesn't even matter.
Mhm.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
And that's where you just freeze frame it. It's just like, it's a bad day to be a Jedi.
Who then? Let's round off this chat with like, who are the last two men standing then out of all these three groups? So it's a plethora of deaths across the battlefield. There's two men left standing. So is a one-on-one, even if it's from their own same teams. You think if that's what you're going for, but come on, Brandon. Who are the last two standing?
Obi-Wan and Anakin. They're
Rescue.
gonna walk off.
Really
They're gonna
thought
be
you
like,
were going to
"Wow,
go
this is
Keanu
crazy."
Mundi.
I mean,
No.
let's be fair. That's better than Lee's take of Avengers winning the whole thing. So,
I stand by it.
but who do we think? I mean, Dave, who do you reckon? Last two people standing in this battle.
Superman and Hulk for sure. I think they're kind of hard to kill.
Agreed.
Yeah.
And then who wins?
Hulk.
That's the age-old question.
Probably Superman in the movie universe.
So I don't know.
Comics-
I think it's an unanswerable question. So it all depends on which one you like more, and you can kind of argue it to that extent. But that's an age-old question there.
Goku.
Agreed.
You know why I think lightsaber
Joe.
into Hulk is the fact that in Ragnarok, when he's taken on, I can't remember the actual name, but the big wolf.
Fenrir.
Fenrir. I was going to say Fenrir, and I'm like, no, that's Star Wars. But one of his fangs penetrates through the leg of Hulk,
Mm-hmm.
and so it penetrates the
True.
skin. So I'm
Yeah,
like,
Hulk
a
gets
lightsaber.
hurt.
That's
You know,
true.
lightsaber should be
We
able
look
to
at the
penetrate.
Incredible Hulk. We don't look at the Hulk later on. Incredible Hulk is the one we look at.
We're not
Good
thinking
point.
about smart Hulk in this situation. Then no,
No,
Which one was-
no.
we don't think
Which one
about
was
him.
Ang Lee's?
Oh,
that was
Eric
Eric
Bana.
Bana.
Yeah,
Eric
Bana.
who?
There you go.
Eric Bana.
Bana. Eric Bana. You never heard of Eric Bana?
Fair. So we think Hulkman, Hulkman, Hulk and
Hulkaman.
Superman,
Oh.
the last two standing, and then Superman for the win overall. Then for the Justice League.
Sounds about
General,
right.
think
general
Supes-
consensus, apart from Brandon and Lee.
I was gonna say, speak for
Oh, yeah,
yourselves. No, it's not true.
I'd still
Supes
have a
just
good case,
throws
but
Hulk.
I think Anakin
Yeah.
and Obi-Wan would team up to and would be quite formidable together for quite a while. I think.
Yeah, but they would still be dead very quickly.
Yeah, but they use the Force. They can. They don't. You can just use the Force to take Hulk and Superman.
I don't know if that's.
Well, whatever, mate.
You know, I've actually never seen Superman. I just know Superman is Superman. But like, what is countering the Jedi and what they do? The Force, the lightsaber, the
Just
defense, that
raw
Kenobi
power,
has.
I think.
Yeah.
I think just raw
Yeah.
power.
So, like,
But he's technically
Vader.
also an alien too, right? Isn't he
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
somewhere else?
So if it's not a yellow sun, yeah, if it's not on Earth, maybe he's not as powered.
That's an interesting. That's an interesting thing. Do any of the characters
Where's the
like
battlefield?
make up
where's
compensate
the
for that.
battlefield?
Yeah.
Two suns
Although-
on Tatooine.
Queen.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
Always is powerful.
Don't go there.
So
Two
powerful. That's awesome.
There's too many
Would-
suns in the Star Wars universe for Superman.
Yeah.
Would the Jedi powers be considered as magic against Superman?
No,
Oh damn.
no.
It's a good
That brings
question.
a whole new aspect.
Good
to the
question. I
universe.
like where your
Well,
head's at.
me,
Yeah.
I'm thinking Night Sister magic.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
The Force is so special and unique to all that other stuff.
Hmm.
Well, I just think,
Also-
when Vader is pulling down a ship or something, obviously he's able to pull down that ship, but they have limits to their force pull, and we know Superman can fly around the world and turn time backwards. That fool's power flying. I don't think the Force can hold that fool down trying to fly off, so that's what I go to with the Force aspect.
Fair. I feel like I should have maybe mixed up the Jedi team so it wasn't necessarily the Jedi Council, but it was like a mixture of Jedi and Sith.
No. You made your choice. You made your
Throw
choice.
Palpatine
Bane
on
and
there.
Palpatine in there.
Kamir would wipe the floor with all hashtag renew the
Yeah.
acolyte.
yeah,
I wouldn't mind a reboot. I wouldn't mind a reboot.
A reboot.
New writers,
Yeah,
new
no,
writers.
Start
no man.
over, but I wouldn't mind it.
Oh yeah,
By
It was dope. I wanna
everyone
see
on that
Kamir.
team.
or you just continue with season 2, and this is where the real story gets told. You already got your 2 characters signed up. You got Chimera, you got Plagueis. That's all
Yeah.
you need.
Episode 1, he wakes up from a dream. Episode 1, he
What-
wakes up.
What? No. What would happen in a reboot is everyone would just be pissed all over again and be like, "Well, we
Yeah.
just wasted more money."
Yeah, no, that's absolutely true.
I think you take like the feedback and incorporate it into season 2 like you would with
Right.
anything that has ever been made ever. Iterate on it. But Andy, I assume that your next question was how would we reboot the Acolyte?
That's a whole other episode.
That was
That's another
yeah.
3 hours.
I'm sorry for even throwing that out.
We'll save that question for next year's anniversary episode. When
Hey,
Maybe we'll
also,
have better news
Luke-
then.
Luke Skywalker wasn't in the list, right? Correct.
no,
No.
Okay, so that would be OP too, is if we threw Luke in with the Last Jedi Luke. So check this out. He force projects himself. Everyone's like, "Oh my god, he's not here," and then they all kill each other. Luke wins.
There you go. I like it.
they'd still be a
Luke
last man
wins.
standing. That you'd have
Not
to
the
take out,
Jedi.
though.
Just
it would-
Luke
it-
wins.
Yeah,
Not the
just
Jedi.
no
The
Jedi.
Last
Luke.
Jedi again.
Yeah.
Big Luke.
Why am I always the last Jedi? Fuck's sake. Fair. I think then, for the most part, the general consensus is that Justice League win this fight and Superman is the last man standing.
And the
Um,
Jedi lose.
Yeah, well, the Jedi come second. To be fair, how do you rank it in terms of who makes it the furthest? Because we just said that Superman and Hulk would be the last two standing, so therefore, Avengers come
Jedi
second.
would be last.
No.
But if they all band in a circle like they did in Attack of the Clones and defending,
Oh, God.
Yeah, Superman tried to fly away and he just can't, and then he gets the Mace Windude.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank
I
you.
don't know enough. It's just for fun.
We gotta
I don't know
get-
enough.
Yeah,
We got to get you some comic books, Brandon. We're gonna chip in and send you some essential readings.
Some light
Hey,
reading.
I'd be down.
Let's crack on then to a specialist subject for our Brandon in the corner here. So, a bit of a Star Wars quiz time. So, we're going to be having Brandon versus Joey versus David from So Sidious. David looking to restore some honor after last year's shambolic performance by Lub against Brandon. I believe I looked back at what the final score was last year, and it was 8-1 to Brandon. That's the questions I asked. So you've got 9 questions in this one, and I think there's some crackers in there. To be fair, so and we've got just a quick comment from Star Wars Order. Hello there, welcome everybody for joining us.
What up, Order?
I think I've got it here somewhere.
Hello there.
There we go.
Nice.
Thank you for joining us, buddy. So yes, Star Wars quiz. Brandon versus Joey versus David, and 9 questions. So let's see who comes out on top. Same buzzers as well, just to put a bit of fear of God into you. No one wants to hear the incorrect buzzer. But question 1: Again, just shout out your names, sorry, and to get your answer in first. But question 1, what planet is Palpatine from?
Brandon.
I saw Brandon's lips move, even though I didn't hear him.
Yeah, he said something.
Go for it, Brandon.
Naboo.
Correct.
Oh, well done, buddy. Oh, yeah, I forgot I'm supposed to be marking these down again, aren't I? Always helps.
You can forget that one. Just start going forward.
Yeah, we can start
As a
over.
warm up.
That's now, does it? Okay, that was practice.
Thank you.
Question 2. For roughly how long was Han frozen in carbonite for?
David,
Go for it.
year and a half.
Brandon?
Go on, buddy.
4 months. Ah.
I'll guess
Joey.
a year.
Correct.
1 year.
What?
That was close.
Damn,
Well done,
you know,
buddy.
I
you're close, David.
no idea. No
yeah,
idea.
Roughly about a year, apparently, according to the canon material. So,
Yeah.
question 3: who was the first character to say anything in A New Hope?
Brandon.
Go on.
C-3PO.
Correct.
Nice.
Nicely done, buddy. Question 4: what job did Finn have at Starkiller Base?
David,
Joey.
David.
Custodian. Is that too simplified? It's fine. You don't have to give it to me.
Simply because it is
no.
Joey?
not the answer I have written down. Joey.
Sanitation?
Correct.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Oh, I would have been Brandon, janitorial.
That was the first thing I was gonna say, and I was like, man, custodian sounds more official.
The canon material just
Sanitation.
states sanitation, doesn't
Yep.
state what specifically he did, to be fair, but
Not a good start.
Okay.
Sorry, Lub.
yeah. So far it's 2 to Brandon, 2 to Joey, and none to Dave. I think next year JD is going to want to take part in the Star Wars quiz because I keep making him do the Marvel ones, and then he's not in the Star Wars one, and he's just there shaking his head.
I don't think I would do good.
Question 5 then. In episode 1, what does Anakin think that Padme is?
David,
Joey.
Brandon.
David?
an angel.
Correct.
Well done, buddy. Points on the board.
Nice.
Okay, question 6. Finish off the phrase. He could save others from death.
David,
David?
but not himself.
Correct.
Nice.
Pulls it back. 2 on the bounce. 2 to everyone. Okay, question 7. What were the first words we hear from Din Djarin in episode 1 of
Brandon.
The Mandalorian? Brandon.
Shit. I can bring
Lee.
you in warm. I can bring you in cold.
Correct.
I heard you whispering it.
I didn't
To be fair, I didn't hear him, but that's hilarious.
Hey.
I literally heard you give me your mouthing it, and I could hear you whispering it. It was good that you knew the answer, though. Okay, so question 8. Which pirate claims to be best friends with Kenobi?
David,
Joey.
David?
Hondo.
Correct.
Oh, well. 1 question left. Then it's 3 to Brandon, 3 to Dave, and 2 to Joey. Joey needs it to make it all square, or can Brandon or David take it for the win? By the way, for this following question, there is only 1 correct answer that I'm taking, and I don't care what the other's opinion is on it. There is only 1 correct answer to this question. Question 9. Who is the best clone trooper?
Joey.
David,
Joey?
Who it's you asking. 5s.
Correct.
The man thought about it. The man thought about it sensibly. Fair play, mate. Fair play. Well, 9 questions, a tie, 3 all. Time for a bonus question. Winner takes all.
Damn.
wow,
I just remembered I didn't really prep for this.
hell yeah.
Come on, you can't tell me you haven't got 1 question in your head that you can just pump out really quickly.
Oh, I do, but I just need to double check the answer.
Now say who the real best clone is, and it's Cody.
No, that's
Yeah.
absolutely not even true.
Yeah.
Not even close to being true. How could you possibly say that?
What is the worst Star Wars movie? The Last
Well,
Jedi.
that's subjective, unfortunately, isn't it? So it's definitely Solo.
Unlike
Based
the
on-
clone thing.
Based on last year's episode, it's actually Solo. More people went for Solo last year
Oh, that's right. It was Solo.
than anything else, to be fair. So,
Which Star Wars movie made the least money at the box office?
no. Well, actually,
Well, it's not any of the.
Wait,
sequel
spoiler
trilogy.
alert! Spoiler alert! Hold on, because I'm hosting a quiz that happens to
Oh,
probably not even be a question.
Well, to be
Spoiler
fair,
alert.
the question I was about to go for was
No
What is-
prepping. No prepping.
what is the highest grossing Star Wars film?
That's the actual question.
It's The Force Awakens, right?
That's that. Well, no, that wasn't the question I was going to ask. But since
are you
guys asked,
including re-releases?
it's still going to be the Force Awakens.
It's still
Doesn't
the
matter about
Force by a
re-releases.
while. It's a good margin, I think, that the Force Awakens
Mm.
has.
Yeah, it's. I mean, what was it like 2,068 million or something that it grossed?
Yeah, it was
The
ridiculous.
only
Top
one
five
that
all
got.
time
Yeah.
for any movie all time.
Orange
Oh,
works
look
only
who it
as Sith
is.
deals in absolutes.
Correct.
Hey, buddy.
True.
That's Joey's co-host, by the way, for those that do not know.
Nice.
Nice of you to tune in, buddy. Appreciate it. Okay, let's get down to the final question then.
Well, side note, I didn't realize that Rogue One made a shit ton of money. Like, that made more money than Rise of Skywalker.
The Vader news dropped, and everybody was like, "Holy shit, we gotta
Yeah.
go see this movie."
So, be honest, y'all are looking at this list. You didn't see what happened to be the lowest grossing, did you? I mean, it doesn't matter. It's just Clan Brandolorian versus Andy.
No, I was just talking about the fact that I knew that Force Awakens is by far the highest grossing Star Wars film of all. So,
believe
right
you.
then, let's go for it. The tiebreaker question for Joey, Brandon, and David. Are we all ready for this? Winner takes all in this situation.
Go.
In that one episode of The Acolyte, when Khmer takes on the Jedi, how many Jedi does he kill?
Brandon,
David.
Brandon?
9.
David.
Nope.
David.
David?
David 7.
Correct.
Oh!
What an acolyte!
You get to stay on the Why So Sidious podcast. What a relief.
After Lub's disgrace on display last year, David turns it around and even came back from being 3 points down at one point to the other guys to win overall. Well done, David. Well done, buddy.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
GG's. And a gracious comeback. Way to go.
Absolutely
Hey,
great.
good
comeback.
game, everybody. 3-way tie. That was a good deal right there.
That was a great.
And then-
This is all-
When it was 3-3-2, I was like, David, don't get it. David, don't get it. David, don't get it.
Okay, let's move on then to our next subject. So, if you could pick your favorite individual scene from any Marvel, DC, Star Wars film or TV show, what's it going to be? JD, let's kick off with you, buddy.
All right, man. The first one that popped to mind is the conversation between Tony Stark and Loki right before the big war in the first Avengers movie. I absolutely love it so much. I think it just encapsulates everything that was so exciting about Marvel at that time. He was talking to the villain in the Thor movie prior. Like, that was weird. And then, we have a Hulk. Like, it doesn't matter if you win, we will avenge. Like, we're gonna get, you're not gonna have a throne. We're gonna avenge the world. And then, the whole, he taps his heart. That was funny. Didn't work. He couldn't control his mind. Throws him out the window. That armor comes out. He says, the guy that you pissed off is Phil, and then a army is coming out of a hole in the sky, and he goes up by himself to go face this army. Like, no one behind him, nothing, just
Badass.
right up there like he would do.
Awesome.
And after that conversation, so that's got to be that one. My second one, I think, was not that you asked for a second one, I'm sorry, but I had to, is Ultron Awakening, and that weird conversation with Jarvis.
So
Absolutely
good.
one of my
Ooh.
favorite scenes ever. So
I love those picks.
Fair. Yeah,
Yes.
those are
Yeah.
great picks.
Really
picks.
great.
Joey, what you got for us, buddy?
This wasn't fun. This wasn't a fun thing to think about. Because my mind went to so many different places, and I really want to pick a Star Wars thing, but from all Marvel and DC shows, including things like Young Justice, which was a beautiful show. It was really, really hard. But I think for me, I think it's a tie, and they're both in Star Wars, and one is Rex, Ahsoka, Order 66.
Yeah.
And that whole moment that we built up to for 7 years and so many movies, and just incredibly emotionally powerful. And two, also incredibly emotionally powerful, the marching band parade and Marva's speech in Andor. Like that whole no one talking, the music that the music that they made to play in world as the band's going through the streets, everything's so tense. The Empire's there, and then with B2 emo, of course, because every time the little dude comes on screen, I get tears in my eyes, and he projects her, and she gives her one of the greatest speeches in Star Wars, and one of many great speeches in that show. And then ends with Fight the Empire, and we get to see Brasso hit a guy in the face with a brick made out of her ashes. So just all around phenomenal scene. But those two were really the main things that there were just so many, especially when we're factoring in all the different shows. Fight the Empire, which I prefer Fight the Empire to the alternate version. It's maybe a hot take, but those are that's I cheated as well, and I gave 2 instead of just 1.
That's fair. I'll allow it. It's okay. I'm not gonna come down on you for it. It's fine. Brandon, buddy, what do you got for us?
The B2 EMO projecting Marva is now a Funko Pop now, and it's really cool.
I love that.
Check that out if you guys don't have that already. All right, so I have 2, and they have to do with the same 2 characters, and it's matched. After seeing the Kenobi series, it's matched. Okay, so the entire dialogue between Obi-Wan and Anakin on Mustafar as Anakin's down on the bank. I think everything about that, and even at a young age, I could understand the conversation in full. And it, when you're a kid and something's sad. So, getting older, rewatching it, a million more times, you feel it harder and harder every single time. But I think that is going to be the best scene in all of Star Wars for me. But I think it is it's a tie all day with what went on with Obi-Wan and Anakin and their dialogue in their conversation when they dueled and Anakin's face is cracked. That was some of the first Star Wars that actually filled my eyes with tears. They didn't drop, but my eyes got real glossy and I could feel it. But I think just Obi-Wan saying, "I'm sorry for all of it," and just the choke that he had. Come on. I'm getting chills talking about it. But I mean, those right there, those are easily my 2 favorite scenes in all of Star Wars.
Fair. Belting choices, to be fair. I don't think I could deny it, because that definitely was something that crossed my path when I was looking at it, going, would I put that in there? Could you even be cheeky enough to include their entire fight on Mustafar as one scene? Technically, obviously not, but in terms of just that whole thing, because obviously we know it's pinnacle Star Wars, or peak Star Wars is that their entire episode 3 duel and chat and stuff. So great picks, to be fair. Lee, what you got?
I've got 2 as well. My first
Don't worry, I've got 2 as well. It's all fucking good.
My first one's kind of a bit of half and half, because my first one is Cap lifting up Thor's hammer. The reason why that's one of my favorite moments is because that's the first time I've ever been in a theater and hearing the roar of the theater of everyone just going just that special moment always stays in my head. And obviously the crowd went again with the portal scene, but just you didn't see him actually lift it. Just seeing the hammer just come up that 10, that 5 mil feet, and just hearing the crowd just go nuts. And then we all felt like Thor was like, I knew it. I knew it.
Yeah.
But no, that's one of my favorite scenes. And my second one is the Flash scene from the Snyder Cut. Because I feel like the music, the fact that it was seeing his powers, seeing it all on screen, and that was such a good scene. And it always annoys me because I'm like, why the fuck was that not in the main theater release? Like, how did someone look at it going, nah, cutting room floor, nah, let him go save some Russians. That's more important. The fans will really connect with that. And the fact he saved the whole day, and he didn't think he was going to be able to do it. He's like, I need to go fast. I really need to go fast. That scene always stays, and that's probably the only scene in the entire Snyder Cut I've rewatched again and again.
Fair. I was struggling to find any DC scenes, but that was one that I did think about.
I considered that scene. I did. It's amazing.
It's a great one. David, what have you got for us?
Yeah, so this, like everybody said, was very tough. I didn't know how the hell I was going to do this. And I could just go easy, like cap lifting Mjolnir. That was one. I mean, Anakin versus Obi-Wan and Mustafar, the all-timers. So I tried to branch out a little bit there. But I have two as well. And one of them is very generic, but you just can't not be a favorite moment. So I'll start off. The Marvel hasn't really gotten any love. So I want to throw out one of my favorite Marvel scenes. And that's actually T'Challa and Zemo at the end of Civil War. I freaking love their interaction at the end.
Oh, yes.
First off, T'Challa's suit is the dopest suit in the MCU in that movie. I freaking love the first Black Panther suit. But then the whole speech about why Zemo hates the Avengers, and then T'Challa, being like, vengeance has consumed you. I'm done letting it consume me. Zemo says to tell it to the dead, tries to kill himself, and Black Panther catches the bullet and says, the living aren't done with you yet. Like, it's just such a powerful scene. It's such an introduction of a character to the MCU with Black Panther there. It's just incredible. It gives me chills every time I watch it. So I wanted to shout out Marvel there. But my number one, it's the best moment in theater history for me. It's Star Wars, and it's Darth Vader and Rogue One, dude, because we had no idea it was coming. Or at least I didn't. I went to the theater having no idea he was in the movie. That will never happen these days. And the powerful effect of seeing that saber turn on in the hallway, and then seeing Vader full powered, modern day effects, fully moving quick for the first time ever. I mean, it's just an untouchable moment in Star Wars history right there. So I gotta make that my number one.
I also heavily considered that one.
Correct.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that was definitely, because I was trying to because I'm like, since it's my show, I can maybe have more than one or two answers to this question. So this was definitely in there for me, because like you said, first of all, we didn't know he was going to really be in the film. Like, there was speculation, and I was just like, okay, but to get this scene at the end, it's one of the most epic moments in all of Star Wars, and probably all of nerd fandom, to be fair.
Sure.
I jumped up out. I'm British. We're quite reserved in the cinema. Even during Endgame, the portal scenes, there wasn't loads of cheering and whooping going on. It was excitement, but calmed excitement, as we are quite reserved. But that scene, I fucking jumped out of my chair, and I was like, fuck yes. And I went to see it again the very next day with my girlfriend at the time, and she was like, I knew something was about to happen, because just before the breathing came in and the saber lit up, you squeezed my hand so fucking tight. And I'm just like, I can't help myself. Every time I see that, it's just pure excitement.
It's even deeper because it does something I've never seen before, and it connected to A New Hope. It literally brought this spin-off movie and made a perfect transition into a 1977 movie or some and it just made the next scene in A New Hope feel like the next scene of the Rogue One. And it worked so perfectly. And you did it with the coolest scene that fans have always wanted from Vader. And it was just going deeper to make that perfect connective tissue.
So beautiful. One of the best things.
So good.
I could literally orgasm when I watch that.
I always make this joke too.
I still get really teary.
Good or did?
Well, I still do, to be fair. So I get quite teary during Order 66 still, even though I prefer the Sith over the Jedi. I still get quite teary and emotional during Order 66. But yeah, that Vader scene, I'm like, someone said if you could watch one last scene before you die, that would probably be it.
Ooh.
So if someone's like, you're on death row, you've had your final meal, we're going to let you watch one more thing before we electrocute you. I'm like, just play me that scene, please.
I probably picked the portal scene.
Well, I was about to say, but for my choices,
the whole war.
Well, no, not quite. Because my choices were, I did obviously, yes, the Vader hallway scene was in there. I was going to give an honorable mention to the portal scene because it is obviously the combination of 23 films. It's an amazing emotional moment.
It's so good.
Finally get to hear like Avengers assemble and they all fucking charge off. That's definitely an honorable mention for me. It has to be really up there in the discussion. But the other two favorites that I had personally, in Captain American Civil War, during the fight between Bucky, Cap, and Iron Man, when Cap sort of knocks Cap away and Bucky charges at him and tries to rip the arc reactor out of his chest. You've got all that music going on. The music is really fucking good at that moment as well. It really elevates the scene. He's like ripping the arc reactor out, and obviously Iron Man fires it, shoots off his vibranium arm, and that's when we get that pure comic book moment as well, where Cap charges at him, and you get that sort of almost like freeze frame where he's firing at the shield and Cap's deflecting it off from Civil War itself.
Right out of that page.
Yeah, the music in that scene, plus obviously that bit of action, it just elevated it. It's one of my favourite scenes. I remember watching it over and over again when the film came out. I think I saw Civil War 3 times in the first 24 hours of release. So that one is ingrained in my brain, to be fair, that scene. So my other favourite one is one that me and Dave discussed during our Star Wars special last year. The full-on conversation between Maul and Ahsoka in the throne room in Mandalore.
Oh my god, so good.
That is, it keeps popping up. The audio keeps popping up on my TikTok a lot at the moment, and like I just sat there the night and listened to it for like 10 minutes, like over and over again, because it is just one of the most spine-chillingly great conversations that I've heard. Just Maul trying to convince Ahsoka about everything, and then he's getting shitty because he's like, waiting for what? The Republic's already fallen. You just can't see it yet. Like everything you have ever done has led to this moment. And even as you're watching it, when the glass shatters behind them and he's just stood there with his hand out and just, they don't even flinch.
They didn't flinch.
Art, man. That is pure art.
That is art.
That to me is one of the best scenes when I sit down and watch it, and I just will never get over that scene. To me, it belongs in a top conversation when it comes to, I mean, obviously we're talking about multiple things, Marvel, DC, etc., but I think it belongs in peak conversations definitely for Star Wars at least.
And it led to a slept on hallway scene. Maul's hallway scene was one of the coolest Star Wars action scenes right there, when he's pulling panels out of the wall, using it as shields, decapitates a guy. The music behind that was awesome too. But I also want to give a shout out to the Skarsgård speech in Andor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Every speech in Andor needs to be in this category. This like honorable mention. Like every single speech from that show is worthy of this slot.
One more honorable mention, but Spider-Man fighting Captain America for the first time there was one of my absolute favorite moments. The banter there, the kind of shit talking, and then just having Chris Evans, Captain America, fighting a Spider-Man that is brand new to the MCU was so exciting.
Yeah, it's just getting to see Spider-Man on screen, isn't it?
Yeah.
But brilliant. Thank you, gentlemen. Some absolutely amazing picks in there, all worthy of being top choices, to be fair. So let's move on to a bit more of a challenge. Special Star Wars quiz, the Clan Brandolorian versus the Galactic Core. Just because I wanted to have a bit of fun this year. No offense to everyone else, I considered me and Brandon to be the two big Star Wars heads in the group. So whether that's true or not,
speak for yourself.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Got a pretty big Star Wars head.
Yeah. I've got
mostly
a pretty big
Star Wars in there.
Got a pretty big forehead to store it all in, so it's all good. But JD very kindly agreed to host this quiz for us. So, Brandon, you ready to go, bro?
Yeah, so what I'm going to do is, since I'm right next to JD, I'm going to look over and put the phone there. JD, keep the phone right there.
If you put your hand on my lap, I'll do anything. Anyway. All right. Let's freaking do it. Question number one. Go. You guys ready?
Let's go.
All right. What were Darth Vader's first words in A New Hope? I'll even take the first word.
Holy fuck.
Was it too hard?
That's a good one.
It should not be too hard, but it is. I've had this saved in my notes for our podcast for months. Just
oh, god damn.
think I know, but I could be far off. So
Do you want me to hit a timer, Andy?
Yeah.
Yes,
I
don't think
don't
I'm going
know.
to get it.
I don't know.
I don't think I'm going to get that.
All right, no points to anybody. The answer is Commander.
Oh, fuck.
Tear the ship apart until you find those plans and bring me the passengers. I want them alive.
No.
Damn it. Yeah, nice question.
I think as an incorrect buzzer, a potential incorrect buzzer in the future, we need Anakin from the Ahsoka show going
Incorrect.
incorrect.
Yeah, I should have thought
Yes.
of that.
That's a good
Yes.
one.
Yeah, I'll definitely do that next time. Yeah.
0 points for anybody. Question 2. Who was the Jedi Master that ordered the creation of the clone army?
Brandon.
Andy.
What do you guys think? I think Brandon.
So
first.
Sidious.
But all right, we need the other judges here. Who named it first?
I thought I heard Brandon first.
I heard, yeah. I
think it was Brandon. I'm sorry.
I just gave you the answer. It's fine.
I was gonna say I knew it's Mr. Sifo Diaz
No,
himself.
you didn't know. I just told you it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we'll give it a point to Brandon. Question 3. What film in the Skywalker saga had the lowest worldwide box office total? Brandon. Skywalker saga only.
We're going with episode 5. Empire Strikes Back.
Incorrect.
This is adjusted for inflation. I'm going to go with. Do I get to answer or?
Yes, please. I don't know if
I was
you
going to
heard
go with
what I just
episode
said.
2.
Attack of the Clones. Yes.
Yeah,
Hopefully
yeah.
you didn't hear me. I accidentally almost said it. I might have said attack. But anyway, Attack of the Clones at 653 million. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that must be adjusted for inflation. But anyway, so that's Brandon for 2. What happened?
That's 1 each.
One each.
Yeah, one.
I'm trying to skate you, dude. All right, number 4. Which Jedi was the first shown dying on screen during Order 66 in Revenge of the Sith?
Brandon. Kiadi-Mundi.
Correct.
He lives.
2-1. All right. Good
He
job,
has
good
2
job.
brains.
What is the name of the female member of the Jedi High Council who is the same species as Yoda?
Andy.
Brandon.
And
Yaddle.
Correct. 2-2. All right.
Ooh.
Next question. Which actor has appeared in the most Star Wars theatrical films across different trilogies? Andy.
Anthony Daniels.
Ooh.
C3PO.
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Yeah, nice.
Correct.
Nice.
2 more questions. 3-2. Where was Baby Yoda when Order 66 was initiated?
Andy.
Brandon.
Andy.
He was in the Jedi Temple on Coruscant.
Yes, sir. Correct.
I think there's a lag. I think I said it like a whole solid second before it.
All right, so it's 3-2.
No,
4-2.
4-2.
4-2. All right.
Don't fucking screw me, man.
Last question
One
for
question
fun.
left?
Last question
Nah.
for fun.
Oh!
So, all right. What class of Star Destroyer does Darth Vader command in The Empire Strikes
Andy.
Back?
Superstar Destroyer.
There's a more specific type of Star Destroyer I'm looking for. Brandon, your chance to come back.
Is it the Executor?
Yes.
That's the name of the ship. That's not the brand
Executor.
of Star Destroyer.
Well, Executor class. It is an Executor.
Oh, is it?
Ah,
Okay.
If that was,
I thought that was the name of the ship, the Executor.
that. Oh, see, he knows his ships, dude.
No, you're right.
Oh,
it's
cool.
the
It's
the
got a little
class.
side
Well, yeah, it's Executor class, but it's
Star
also a dreadnought.
Dreadnought, yeah.
Fair. Okay. Fair enough.
How many names does this ship have?
I know.
Oh, I went you.
I was about to ask that. I was like, wait.
It's also called the Vader-mobile sometimes. Got a few different names.
Son of the Star Destroyer, king of the
It's about
Andals.
to be a whole
King
plan.
of
Oh my
flights.
god, the Vader-mobile is here.
So,
no.
if my reckon is correct, that makes the
Uh-oh.
final score.
Uh-oh.
JD, what's the final score?
Andy wins it with, 4-2?
4-3. 4-3.
3. Damn it,
4-3. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be doing this.
I got the last one right, man. Come on.
We have one thing,
On that.
Brandon, to be fair, which is
Don't exactly outrank me anymore.
In my book, Experience outranks everything.
And I definitely outrank you.
Now, if I won, were you?
I was just going to ask, what was Plan B?
I mean, if you won, I was going to play.
Bad baby. No, it's crazy.
or you can pick anything.
Hey, that's how.
That's not how the Force works.
or to be fair, it was just going to be a straight up.
Just like a 20-minute loop.
Although to be fair, like if I'd have lost,
I can do this all day. Yeah, I know.
like I can keep going until I win. It's fine. It's my show.
Well, good game. GG's.
I appreciate that. Thank you, buddy. I know it's just a bit of fun,
great.
but
It's
I
great.
win. JD, thank you, buddy, for doing that. I really appreciate that. On to the last question of the day, then. So, if you could put yourself into any universe from Marvel, DC, Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, Dune, or Stargate, and be a hero or villain, who would you choose to be? Hero or villain, and which universe? Lee, kick us off, buddy. What are you picking?
I'm probably going to be surprised just because the fact it's one of my favorite TV shows of all time. It's Stargate. I would pick to be a hero in Stargate. I think that would just be
a system lord.
No, that's too easy. Nah, why could you be the hero and just kill each one of them one by one, like a checklist? No, I think it would be so much fun. Like, just in fact, there's a giant doorway, and you can go to a planet, to a planet, to a planet, and there's different weapons on every planet, and there's different spaceships on different planets, and you can go there instantly. So your cardio will be pretty good.
Fair. Absolutely fair. I wasn't sure everyone would pick Stargate, to be fair. I've got back into watching it recently because I used to love Stargate.
Yeah.
But great choice. JD, who are you? Are you going to be a hero villain? Which universe are you picking?
I'm just going to take some acid and go into the Twilight Zone. No, I'm just kidding.
Whoa.
No, I think, what did I choose? Oh, I'm going to be a freaking elf in the Lord of the Rings universe. I think that Rivendell is just gorgeous. You got that waterfalls right there. Beautiful hiking all day. Probably great fish. I mean, you just sitting around reading with the most beautiful scenery. I don't think that kind of scenery has mosquitoes, by the way. I think it's void of flies and mosquitoes. It just has that feel to it. So I'm going to go there.
So I'm guessing, if that means you're going to be a hero, so that means that you're
like a passive hero like Gandhi. I'm going to hang out there. Let's do the piece.
No, if you're going to be a hero, you've got to go off to war at one point and go off to Helm's Deep and get your head bashed in.
Okay,
well,
you
I will
shoot arrows
destroy
from
the army with my verbal jujitsu, but I will not strike the enemy.
He's a pacifist elf.
Yes.
So are you sailing off to Valinor then, rather than taking part in the war?
It's a hero in its own right. Yeah. It's a hero. It's a different type of hero. I bring peace to the world while I hang out, checking out the
Peace
waterfall.
and love, man. Peace and love.
And hey, if they come, we do have bone arrows. We are skilled, so
Fair enough, I guess. A nice quiet life for eternity.
Yeah, as a hero. Nice, quiet hero life.
A verbal hero. The most useless kind of hero, but well done.
I'll be the hero of our local ecosystem.
I think that's a cult leader.
And I just mean enforcing good, healthy plant life and river flow.
Yeah, it sounds like a cult.
We don't churn our own butter.
Well, you could do. You got
what are you doing then?
I mean, I guess we should.
Yeah.
We're getting cows now.
Joey, buddy, what are you picking on this one?
Yeah, I think this is going to be basic, but I'm going to be a hero. Sorry, Andy. I'm going to be a hero in Star Wars, and specifically, specifically the High Republic. I just really, really love the High Republic. It's been my entire personality since it started coming out in 2019. So I love everything about it. I love the heroes and the villains. So I would just love to be a Jedi or someone trying to be a Jedi during that time. They had the coolest lightsaber hilts. They had the coolest clothes. They had the coolest villains, etc.
Bang.
Fair enough. Brandon, I'm pretty sure I don't need to guess on this one, but what about your answer, buddy?
If
What
you
do you
pick
think,
Dune,
Reeves?
I'd be so surprised.
Another Stargate.
Yeah.
I would be a big worm in the what is it, the sandworm thing in Dune?
Hell yeah, Shia Lude.
Yeah, I want to be the worm.
Nah, somewhat realistically, I would love to be a bartender at the not the cantina. We're not going to go that route, but I love Coruscant. That's where I would be. So the scene where they find Zam Wessel in the bar on Coruscant, I'm bartending that bar right there. But the cool badass thing would be I'm a bounty hunter. I'm a bounty hunter all day. So I mean, hero, villain, however you want to look at it. I mean, I would work for the Empire. I would work for who have issues with others. And yeah, whoever needs me, I got you, I guess.
Fair. I didn't even think about bounty hunters as an option, to be fair. I just straight up think, oh, well, I'm going to be Sith or Jedi. And I'm not even thinking about the Jedi, to be fair. So I like that. Bounty hunter's been cool. You can join my wife, because that's what she would do as well. I mean, you can't join my wife, but you can bounty hunt.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, no.
But yeah, I've already said pretty much what I'm going to do. I would be a villain. I would pick the Old Republic era, though, like the Sith Empire versus the Jedi, the Galactic Jedi Empire. I want to be leading that demolition of the Jedi Temple on Coruscant. I think that would be absolutely fucking immense. I want to be the first one out that fucking crash ship.
Mother.
There's a reason I'm a Sith, buddy. There's a reason I am a Sith. I'd be the first one out that crashed ship into the temple. I'd be leading the fucking charge. Like, let me kill some bastards, Jedi. And then I'd want to be reincarnated so I could come back and kill all the Jedi kids during Order 66. That would be absolutely amazing.
God
Got it all planned out.
I'm being reincarnated. I'm going to put my spirit into a lightsaber, into a kyber crystal that gets used during Order 66. It's fine.
Nice.
Not that I'm vindictive or like wanting to like kill Jedi.
No, not at all.
No, it's pretty healthy.
Yeah. I didn't. It's
Who
fine.
are the Jedi in your reality today?
They're
How come we not be
The
them?
Parliament.
they've been destroyed. That's the most important thing. I live in a post Order 66 timeline where I'm like, there's no Jedi. They've all been killed off. It's absolutely fine.
Fair enough.
David, what are you picking for this one, buddy?
Initially I was just gonna go the obvious route and go to Lord of the Rings land. I love Middle Earth. That's obviously my bag. If I was Mary, all you do is smoke pipe weed. You roll around with the dopest, most skilled combatants in the entire land. You get to see all the most beautiful places in the
your
world.
American accent, it sounded like you said, I want to be Mary. And I'm like, okay, if you want to...
I would like to be married too. Yeah. Happy or legally bound to another person as well. But no, Mariotic Brandy. Oh, no.
Can't remember his surname now.
Oh my God, my brain just hit a wall. We're gonna move past that, but that was my first thought, was being married. But then I thought about it and I said, you know what? When you actually think of like a hero's position that I'd love to be in going forward, I would love to be Luke Skywalker after he defeats the Emperor. He's at the peak of his abilities. He's now learning all about the Jedi Order. He has the opportunity to restart the Jedi Order and do it in the way that he sees fit. He's got this whole galaxy that's not ran by the Empire anymore, that he can freely move about, learn, recruit, do whatever he needs to do. And best of all three of his best friends survived and are alive and are still a part of his life. And he's around his nephews with Han and Leia and everything. It's a really pretty awesome reality when I was thinking about it. So I would love to be Luke after the Empire falls.
Fair. I didn't really. Is it bad that I just don't think about happy scenarios in this situation? I'm all about death.
You just think of mass killing.
There might be something to dive into there later, but I don't know.
Do you need anybody to talk to? I'm right here, man.
I don't see a scenario where I'm happy in life. All I see is death, destruction, and the downfall of my enemies.
Yes.
I would be. I've said it many times. The reason I pick Sith is because if I had that power and you're given a choice, I would be corrupted so fucking quickly. I don't even think I would think about it. It's not even a battle going on in my mind. I just automatically fall into the dark side. So therefore, I've got to be fucking evil.
Fair enough.
I'm with you. Who's with me? I'm with you. I'm on your Sith side. Let's do this.
I mean, should I be worried for the future of my daughter and who I'm raising? Like, it's
nah.
Not if you train her in the rule of two. She'll be okay.
Yeah, but then she's going to kill me.
You
one
might
day.
not be. Yeah.
Well, that's true, but that's all
I've got
part
a
of
thing
life.
like Palpatine. I'm taking on an apprentice, but I'm intending to live forever and not to be ever surpassed by them.
Yeah, but you eventually die.
Might get hairy. Take a look.
Yeah, but to be fair, Lee, I'm not really living in reality either. So I'm in a world where I'm pretending I'm a Sith. It's absolutely fine. Like, as long as I'm not deformed and I have to like wear a special suit and a helmet and stuff, I'll be absolutely fine.
And you just look like a ball
That's
sack.
dope as hell.
I mean, kind of halfway there, to be fair, Lee, already. So just a few more wrinkles up here, and I will look like a ball sack.
A little Palpatine.
yeah, Palpatine face. I mean, it's just
I'm weak.
gentlemen, thank you very, very much. I believe we've come to the end of the second anniversary episode of the Galactic Core podcast. I really do appreciate all of you having jumped on today to celebrate the second anniversary, have a bit of fun, a bit of banter, and realise that I am the Star Wars king because I won the competition and the quiz. It's all good.
I swear you lost terribly.
No, I don't recall that. I think there's actually video evidence that says I win. So
I got 6-1, Brandon.
Delete the feed.
This isn't last year's competition with Lub. It's fine. You don't have to worry about it.
No, it's not. You're damn right.
Gentlemen, I really do genuinely appreciate all of you coming on. Like I said, you're all a big part of my podcast universe, and I've become friends with all of you as well, which is it's really important to me as well. So that's why I love having you guys on, whether it's this episode or any episode that I do. I really do appreciate it. So we're going to go around all of you, and you can just tell us all where we can find your show and your social media and anything else you want to plug that you've got coming up in the near future. Lee, kick us off, buddy.
Man, thank you so much for the invite to coming on for the second anniversary. You're smashing it, and I look forward to July when I get to meet you in person. And you can always find Lights Camera Rant on wherever you get local podcasts and on Grindr as well. We try to get to every single audience that we can, and just look up Lights Camera Rant.
Oh, that marriage is disintegrating quickly, isn't it? Jesus.
I know. Hey, any audience will do.
Fair enough. Joey, buddy.
I want to echo the appreciation. Thank you so much for having me. Congrats again. This was great to also get to meet the rest of you besides Brandon. It was great finally getting together and putting some faces to names and such. And Andy, big congrats on 2 years. That's a great achievement, and congrats. And Krypton to Alderaan is my show, and Royish Good Looks is a show. And we've taken a little bit of a break recently, but we're going to come back and hit things hard with Andor, and I guess maybe have to record 3-hour-long podcasts with the way the episodes are dropping. Who knows what's going to happen, why they're doing that to us. But anyway, you can find us where you get podcasts. We're doing most of our work on YouTube these days, and you could also find me on Instagram at Krypton2Alderaan.
Nice. It's funny, isn't it? Because I planned out 12 weeks of podcast episodes with Andor being the main thing.
Yep.
And now I'm just down to 4, and I've got fucking massive gaps in my schedule now that I've got to film. So
what do we do?
Yeah, you'll all be getting several messages from me going, "Hey, want to fill in some gaps for me?" It's absolutely fine. JD, David, do you want to tell everyone where we can find your beautiful little show?
David's our lead voice there. It's just beautiful. I'm going to let him handle it, but I will say thanks for having us on, dude. It's always been such a pleasure. And this was an awesome episode. So really great topic. So it was fun.
I agree with JD, not about the part about me. He's fully good about that one, but I agree about this episode. It's been a blast. Thank you for having us on, as always. It's been great getting to know you. Like you said, part of this podcast thing, the cool part about it is some of the people you're meeting throughout it. So as corny as that is, I'll leave off with that. But thank you for having us. You can find us at the Why So Sidious podcast on Spotify and YouTube. Our episodes are live on YouTube every time we record them. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all that good deal. And then social media, Instagram, X, TikTok, all at Why So Sidious Pod. Got some merch shops in there. And we'll be having Andy on pretty shortly here. We're going to be covering the finale of Daredevil there. And then we still got to cover season 2 of Daredevil whenever we get to that. Now it's a little, I guess season 2 of Born Again comes out next year, so we can cover it and it'll still be topically relevant. But that's where you can find us. But yeah, man, thank you for having us on. This was a definite blast, and it's cool to see you hit 2 years.
No, I appreciate that, guys. I think you're doing yourself a disservice, David, on two fronts there, because your little sub comment bit here below your name is it's changed throughout the show from it's going mediocre and it's dropped down to subpar. I think that's doing yourself too much credit, to be fair. I agree, JD got a great voice. They definitely got the face for radio going on, so it's all good. You never see you with your hat off, though. You've got a great head of hair on you, but we never see you with your hat off.
I'm going Brandon
JD.
Oh,
JD.
I'm been going.
JD
long.
used to have the shoulder length or longer for a while there, so let's see that come back.
Sunshine.
There you go. He had some locks going.
How long are you going, Brandon?
Just you know what's insane is I watched The Crow for the first time a year and a half ago. I was like, wait, Brandon Lee, Brandon Clark, me, Brandon, like, whoa, I love this. And Sting was my favorite WWE or NWO wrestler growing up, and obviously that's who it's copycatted from. But I love the look, and so hopefully the hair is like that for Halloween. I can be the Crow, and then maybe I'll cut it off in the future. I don't know.
That's sick.
This is the longest I've ever had my hair, and this was a long time ago. Going on, I have no hair now, so just I don't know if I can get it up there. But no, not that one.
Oh, go back. What?
Oh my god!
Let's go.
Damn. The dart and
That's
everything.
not you. That's you.
To be fair, that was like 13, 14 years ago.
That's amazing.
You look like the third guy from the Reservoir Dogs.
That's amazing. That's what I was kind of thinking. I think we got a new profile picture coming up. Damn, look at that Andy here.
Let's go.
Okay.
I used to have highlights. I used to straighten my hair. I used to have the whole fucking shebang going on. So.
That's awesome. Wow. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Always got to laugh at old pictures of myself. So,
always.
Brandon, buddy, tell us where we can find your amazing show.
Yes. First and foremost, thank you so much for having me come back for the second year. This has been awesome. And everybody here absolutely love what everyone's doing. And I think it's cool that we can all get together, be right here, have some fun, lose in some quizzes. I can't speak for everybody on that, but yeah, this has been a really, really good time. And just thank you first and foremost. But you guys can all find me on Instagram at Clan Brandolorian. Do a lot of different things, all Star Wars related, lore, theory, Funko, Lego. And then also everything is pretty much pipeline to the YouTube channel, Clan Brandolorian as well. Also, we have a weekly live stream where we talk about things Star Wars late at night. I got some... just recently did Skeleton Crew review with Andy. That went really well. And I think collabing with others for a show review is probably some of the best things ever. Definitely recommend it. If you're a solo, always branch out because it just works so much better. Get so many different ideas, but looking forward to that with Andor. The homie Bailey's going to hop on with me for that. Lots of different live streams coming up. Live streams are so fun. This, hence what we're doing right now. So next weekend we'll be live again, me and Andy talking just open topic for Star Wars. So we will do that, and yeah, pretty much everything Star Wars. Come check me out. I do have a lightsaber review coming. I did win a giveaway at Saber Theory, so shout out to them. So I got my first lightsaber coming. So if I'm to give everyone a heads up, make sure you come check that out because I will be doing a review for that. So Clan Brandolorian, absolutely.
Dude, I just got a Saber Theory lightsaber. It's actually right behind me. My buddy just got it for me. It's the Negotiator one, the Obi-Wan. There's a lot of dope audio. There's like 15 to 20 different audio clips, and the lightsaber blade corresponds to the quote that plays. There's so many different cool little features. I've been having a blast with it, dude. It's been my wife hates it. It's been a blast. Cool. So yeah, dude. Oh my god. Okay. Are those aren't all Saber Theory, are they?
Put your rods away.
No, they're mostly Master Replica and Black Series, to be fair.
Okay.
Yeah, we were talking lightsabers. I thought I'd show off.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
Yet, so.
Dude, you're like General Grievous back there. Start swinging.
Yeah.
Hey, Brandon, you better be careful. If something bad happens to you, Andy's going to be breaking down your door and collecting your lightsabers there. So,
yeah, bro, for real.
I want to lock your door up.
I don't even have one right now. Jokes on you.
Ugh. Gentlemen, thank you all so much for coming on. Thank you all. Everyone, make sure you go and check out these amazing podcasts. Each of them do their own thing, but they're absolutely worth tuning into. Tell me, I'll start that again. I'll tell you now, they wouldn't be on my show if I didn't think they were fucking amazing in the first place. So I don't do mediocre over here.
Yeah.
And as much as the crowd is calling for more, I'm afraid we have reached the end of the episode. As always, though, you can catch the Galactic Court podcast across Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, pretty much anywhere where you can find your show. Got some great stuff coming up. As Brandon mentioned, Sunday next week, we're doing an open topic Star Wars discussion. We did one before and it went really, really well. So we're doing one again, maybe every month or so. We might try and do one just because it's a bit of fun and we love fucking chatting Star Wars. Got May the 4th special coming up. Sorry, Dave, I didn't invite you this year, but Brandon is coming back. In fact, there's going to be a lot of Brandon over the next few weeks because with Brandon next Sunday for open discussion, the week after he's coming on my show to do the first 3 episodes of Andor. He's coming on for the May the 4th special, so that beautiful face is going to be around a lot over the next month or so. And obviously we've got a cracking summer coming up. 28 years later is coming up. Jurassic World Rebirth is coming up. We've got Fantastic Four. We've got Superman, and I know the one thing that everyone is excited for is the series of Ironheart dropping at the end of June.
Oh my god, that's going to be some good shit. Mm-hmm. Yep.
The blank faces say it all, really, don't they? And amongst everything else, who even remembered it was coming out? I don't know why I'm taking
it was cancelled.
Sorry,
What is that?
It was cancelled.
Exactly, Brandon. What the fuck is it? It's not even worth it. It's a Marvel TV series.
Yeah,
it's a Marvel TV series, Brandon. TV series,
Oh,
Brandon.
okay.
It's basically the new Iron Man.
that was like shot 3 years ago.
Yeah.
It's been,
Hey, 28 days later or years later, that's all shot on iPhone, correct?
Apparently.
Really?
Interesting.
Yeah, apparently.
Ah,
I did read that it was shot on an iPhone Pro Max or something.
Damn.
I don't know.
Sure.
Okay.
We'll have to see. I mean, I'm looking forward to it, to be fair.
Don't like that angle.
But I thought, never mind.
No, what were you going to say?
I thought Cillian Murphy was no longer a part of the project, but I just typed it in. It's saying he is. I was pretty sure he's not in it anymore.
I thought he was like a producer or something, but wasn't starring.
Yeah,
in it,
but
he's
not
gonna
in
star
it.
in the sequel to this one.
You know what? That's what we get with Google AI. Whoa, starring
Yeah.
Cillian Murphy. Well, yeah, apparently you don't know what you're talking about, AI. Jeez Louise.
I think they're just talking about the original one. If it's AI, isn't it? It's just like, 28 days later, finished.
It's saying coming out 28 years, but yeah, he ain't in it.
I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to Jurassic Park, Fantastic Four, Superman. There's a lot of good shit to cover. And one of these days, I might make it to 100 episodes. I think this is like 71 or something. I know I took a bit of a break for a while when my baby was born and stuff, and I said lazy. I take a break here and there when I can't be bothered. So I'm going to get to 100 episodes, hopefully by the end of the year, and that will put me in elite standings because the rest of you are 100 plus, if not 200 odd now. Isn't that right, Lee? Or you're pretty much at 200 now?
I'm about 250 now.
Fuck me.
Wow.
Mr. Consistent over there hasn't missed a week in 4 years.
No, 203 weeks later.
Good Lord.
It's outrageous, buddy. It's absolutely
I have no life.
You're what we all aspire to be. The consistency, the quality, it's all good, buddy. My setups are heavily inspired by you. So nice to see why So Sidious has got a new intro video now as well, to be fair.
Yeah.
So
slowly but surely.
game as well.
We love it. Thanks for that. Good reference.
But thank you very much, everyone. I'll be actually back tomorrow, covering episodes 7 and 8 of Daredevil. I'm by my lonesome. It's going to feel a bit lonely after having all you guys here, and then going back to seeing just my face on a screen. So
it's beautiful.
Well, that's why I'm married, mate. They're all after me. Thank you very much, everyone. I'll be back tomorrow, and obviously give everyone a follow here. Make sure you're tuning into all of it because it's definitely worth it. But as always, everyone, until next time,
The Force will be with you, always.
Thanks for tuning in to the Galactic Core Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode. But until next time, go get your geek on.